It's in the baby drive. My party brothers, if you want to sing along to the words, Brother Adam is setting up the sheet with the songs on it right now. Sing along, hum along, whatever it is.
Yo, Ben, do you know where the song sheet is?
No, I have no idea.
I don't get it. Ethan! Oh, these are being handed.
Oh, okay.
Ah, okay, you have to hand them out? No, I don't know where it is.
Party brothers, we're trying to make a bracha. Bracha to Hashem. Elokeinu melech haolam. Shehakol yeh kikaro. Make the brachas, brothers. Oh, please don't light on fire. Thank you, God.
Yeah, this song is for them or for...
This one's for us. And we want to hand it out a whole bunch.
Okay, great. Are you gonna dance at all after, or like you gonna? Is it just? Okay, you want to make an announcement? Sure. Can you make a quick announcement? What are you gonna announce? Oh, he's live streaming.
Hello, wonderful humans. Chazak u'baruch. Eli. Eli. I'm missing a paper. One moment. All right, how's everybody doing? You ready to get started a little bit? All right, we got started a little bit. That's how things work. So by now you should all have some food, seats. There's some more chairs around if anybody needs. Mabruk, mabruk, chetori, chetori, chubi. Right, that's how we sound check in Great Neck. Chubi, Chubi.
LA.
All right. So tonight is not your average regular night here at Aish. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to talk without the mic to start. So, welcome people from all different walks of life. No, we're okay. We're here together. We're all, I appreciate it. We're doing a special event tonight called Together Forever. Why do I call it Together Forever? Well, if you know what's coming up in the Jewish calendar, what's coming up in the Jewish calendar is a time that's known as the 3 weeks, which leads into the 9 days. This is just the overall. It's the 3 weeks, which leads into the 9 days, which leads into a day called Tisha B'Av, the 9th of Av. It's known as the saddest time of our entire year. It's known as the saddest day in history for the past 3,000 years. Now, something important to realize in that sentence, number one, is the importance that we take when we go and 3,000 years later, we still allow ourselves to remember things that affected us. Some of us here have been through loss. Certainly all of us have been through difficulty. And one thing that the times of Tisha B'Av teaches us, that the 9th of Av teaches us, is that we don't just forget these things. We remember them throughout the years. We keep them in our hearts. If we've lost people, we remember them. In the things that we do, we talk about them. And even 3,000 years later, we keep their memory alive. The Jewish people have been keeping memories alive for thousands of years. Throughout those years, it has not always been easy. There's been a lot of hardship. And although it might be a bit difficult to relate to 3,000 years ago, when you haven't been through it, we can certainly relate to the hardships of our own lives and hoping that people can respect that many years later. The fact that, I've certainly been through my share of hardships. For those of you who remember, who were here, I did an event a while ago called the Memorial Kumzitz. And that's after 14 years, still remembering somebody who was special to my heart, that I do a musical event like that. And doing an event like this, which is a little more broad, which is all of us together, I would think maybe we can be unified in this. But we could be together. For if you think about it, and you learn the history, what led to all of that death, what led to all of that destruction, what led to the hardship, was people not getting along. Together forever. The message of tonight is unity, of real unity, because maybe, back then they had something called baseless hatred. But maybe today in this room, and we're live streaming around, and maybe around the world we could build some baseless love. It doesn't matter if you're on Aish Sardi, Aish Latino, in Aish Gesher, if you're in the Aish Beis Medrash, if you're in Foundations. It doesn't matter if you're not in Aish at all. Unity, togetherness. Specifically for the Jewish people, there were difficult times, and if the closest one that we always relate back to is the Shoah, the Holocaust, which we're able to think of as a major event that affected the entire population. And after the Holocaust, many of our Jewish brethren were lost. That was physically, tremendous amount of pain and death, sorrow, families broken. My grandfather's family went missing. Some of them he knew of that were lost. We lost people physically, and we also lost people in terms of connection with our heritage. Along with that, we also lost some form of a feeling towards the things that we were doing in Judaism. It became just keep it alive, just keep it alive. And I know, growing up, I didn't feel connected to my Judaism. There was somebody, I believe his name was Rabbi Silver, who after the Holocaust, from Cincinnati, Ohio, after the Holocaust, he went around. Where to? He went around to the different churches. Because he knew that a lot of Jewish children were brought into church families in order to save their lives, to be hidden, to be taken care of. And we're grateful for that, the fact that they were taken care of. But what did he go and do? He went around to the local churches and he entered, and all he did was he entered a church and he would yell at the top of his lungs, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. And he would yell that. And people's faces would start piping up and they would look up and they would remember something. They would remember their mothers and fathers when they were little babies, when they were children, before they went to sleep. Shema Yisrael. And they would remember that. And it would connect them to their roots. And it would bring them back. It would unify us once again. Again, the message of tonight is together forever. 3,000 years already. But it hasn't been enough until now. There's been a lot of fighting in the world. Maybe tonight, coming together through song. Maybe tonight, coming together through this room, we can put some pieces together and hold our banner held high, Shema Yisrael, saying, I'm proud of who I am, I'm proud of my heritage, and I'm in it together with thousands and thousands of other Jews, with pride, recognizing we're here in this room at Aish and we're learning more about our heritage, putting pieces together. Shema Yisrael, together forever. If you look at the papers that were handed out, sorry if I didn't make enough. People can share. After all, it's about unity.
Child, he said, Please don't
Rav Moshe Chaim Eade, who is a powerhouse in Eish Torah in the softest and most beautiful of ways. And we thank you so much for joining us tonight in this special evening about unity, together forever. If you guys could give your attention to Rabbi Eade for some short words introducing our next important song.
Rabbi Isai, this band is so good. Rabbi Isai. This band is so unbelievable. I just want to say a tremendous appreciation to Akiva and the Chaver here. Rabbi I feel it's a tremendous chus, a tremendous merit, a gewaltige opportunity to be with everyone tonight. And you know, this is the last night we're going to listen to music for some time. So why don't you close your eyes for 2 seconds and just take a deep breath. And if anyone's having a hard time closing their eyes for 2 seconds, it probably means that you need it so badly. Just breathe in through your nose. Just breathe out. Just feel your body for 1 second. Feel your muscles, feel if there's any tension anywhere. Feel yourself just quieting down. Feel your voice box quieting down. Try to listen to that place inside of you right now. It doesn't usually get so quiet. It's usually just talking away. Listen to that place. For the next 3 weeks, we're not going to listen to music. And you might be thinking, well, you know, why not listen to music? It's so important. It should never happen. Everyone should be safe and healthy. But if chas v'sholom, somebody passes away, God forbid, you know, when Mashiach comes, we're just going to live. B'chartu b'chayim, we're going to live. But God forbid somebody passes away, and not you, but somebody's to hear the horrible news, and they have to get into a car to go to the funeral. And there's a lot going on at that moment. And probably we can appreciate that at that moment you wouldn't want to blast some house music in the car. You realize that that would distract you. And even though we don't always want to be so real, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even this very moment you're feeling like this is getting too real. Rabbi, I thought this was just about, you know, hanging out, having some shulant. Like, why is it getting so real? But I want to tell you a secret that people spend 20, 30, 40, 50, 80 years of their life never being real. And for one night, I'm welcoming you into a very real place. And I hope that that place will open up deeper and deeper for the rest of your life. And for the Jewish people, this time now, the last night before the 3 weeks are going to begin, we're transitioning from the world of music to the world of no music. And even though, of course, music is so real, but sometimes music can also distract us from being very deeply real. And we're going to need that time. And we hope Mashiach's going to come right now. We hope tonight, my dear friends. We hope tonight, and Ben Sion just said to me, let's just go all the way tonight. And in our language, that means let's bring this Beis HaMikdash, Mamish right now. But it means we're going to have to go inside. We're going to have to go to a place. We're going to have to go to a journey. And maybe you're not used to doing this. And maybe right now you're just scrolling on your phone. You probably wish that I set some type of screen time limit on TikTok or some other app. And shout out to anybody who did that. I respect you very much. And therefore, let's go on that journey together. And I want to take you through a 3-part journey tonight, and we're going to sing in between. I want to share with you 3 stories, and each story is going to build one on the other. And the stories are just going to take us in, deeper into our soul, deeper into the world of what's about to happen, deeper into what this whole thing is all about. What does it mean that we don't have a Beis HaMikdash? What does that mean? I just came to yeshiva to have a good time, to have some fun. I'm just like, a Sephardi guy from LA, and all of a sudden I'm sitting here, and it's getting like all deep. Welcome to the journey, my friends. I was going to wear my Sephardi hat. I'm sorry, I forgot it. I went the black hat instead. Even though I requested a black Nike Sephardi hat, but they said they ran out. So I have the white hat. Because the white hats are also good. I just want to begin with one story, my dear friends. There's a great rabbi named the Bnei Yisachar. You may have heard of him. A great, great tzaddik. And he had a son, the Dinover. And on Rosh Hashanah is kind of a big time. Rosh Hashanah is a time when you could set the course of your entire year. You could change your life forever. And I don't know if anybody here ever saw certain tzaddikim, they daven from these sidders. You ever saw these sidders that have every page is 500 names of God? You heard of those? You saw those before? I knew people that had religious experiences the first time they saw a siddur that looked like that. I'm not kidding. You see the word Baruch, and then it's 10 pages. And then it's Ata. And what do you think it says on Ata? Just names of God. And then you get to Hashem's name. What do you think it says there? A lot of names of God there. And then Elokeinu, that's more names of God. Melech HaOlam, forget about it. A lot of stuff going on there also. Depending on the bracha, there's a lot. And the Bnei Yisachar on Rosh Hashanah would have one of these prayer books on his desk. But he wouldn't daven from it. He davened from a regular book. So you might be thinking, why did he have one of these Kabbalistic books on his desk? So he said that there was a great rabbi named the Baal Shem Tov. Did you hear of the Baal Shem Tov? Yeah. And the Baal Shem Tov, there was one time also on Rosh Hashanah where there was a terrible decree against the Jewish people, God forbid. It's been a hard journey the last 2,000 years for all of us. But we're still here. We're alive and well. We're the ancient Romans. We're the ancient Greeks. We're the ancient Egyptians. The greatest empires in the world. They rose and they fell. And you and I are sitting here, verbringen together. And there's a terrible decree against the Jewish people. And all the tzaddikim were trying to fix the decree, and nobody could stop it. And it looked like it was going to get very bad. And then finally the Baal Shem Tov said, it's been fixed. And they said, how is it fixed? How did you stop all this horrible terror from coming into the world? And they said, let me tell you how it happened. That there was a couple and they couldn't have children. Follow closely, my dear friends. And the mother and the father were praying for a child, and after many, many years they had a child. And very sadly, the child, his parents died very shortly after he was born. Tragedy. And the child was taken into the home of a local ruler of the land, and he adopted the child. But he did not give the child any Jewish upbringing whatsoever. Even though the child had a feeling, he knew that he was Jewish, but did not tell him about any of the holy things about what it means to be a Jew. He hid all the religious articles, he hid everything that his parents had saved. And in a box inside the boidim, the attic, were all these religious articles. And there was one Rosh Hashanah where this child was getting older, and he saw that there was Jews in his small town that were traveling to the big city to go and pray for Rosh Hashanah. And he saw them, and something sparked inside of him. He said, where are you going? He said, we're going to the big city, we have to pray. And something started moving inside of this Jew. And he said, I have to come, and something was moving and moving and moving. And all the 10 days of tshuva, he felt this feeling like, I'm a Jew. I have to do something about this. And it was the night before Yom Kippur, and he had a dream. And his mother came to him in a dream from heaven. And his mother said, Yankel, you're a Jew. In the attic, there's a box of things that I left you. And in the attic is my siddur, is my prayer book. The Korban Mincha Siddur. And in that prayer book, I shed tears. For years, I was praying for you. Go and take that siddur and go to the big town and pray with the Jews on Yom Kippur. And Yankel took this siddur, and he went to the big town, and he came, and it was Kol Nidre. You know what Kol Nidre is like? And for the first time he saw Jews crying and crying and doing tshuva. And he said, God, I don't know how to read this. I don't know what's happening. But Hashem, I'm going to open up my prayer book. And Hashem, you pray from this book for me. Because God, you know how to pray. You pray for me. And the Baal Shem Tov said when that Jew prayed that God should pray for him, all the judgment was sweetened. All the decrees against the Jews were gone. And you know, my friends, we don't exactly know how to bring back this temple. But tonight, let's ask God, Hashem, whatever it is that will bring it back, you put the words in my mouth tonight. God, you pray for me tonight. You put the words into my heart that I need to hear tonight. This is step one. Close your eyes and let's go deep, all the way in. Baruch Hashem, it feels good. How many people here would love to have a deeply meaningful marriage? Say yes. How many people here would love to have deeply meaningful relationships? Say yes. How many people here would like to be more compassionate, loving, intimate, deeply connected people? Say yes. I'm so happy. I'm so happy because I feel the same way. And my friends, do you know why? Sadly, there's still struggle in this world. And there's still pain in relationships. And there's still brokenness in this world. And there's still strife. And there's still war. Hashem should fix the world right now. B'ezrat Hashem, stop the fighting. B'ezrat Hashem, heal the sick right now. B'ezrat Hashem. So my friends, I ask you, we're going now to step 2. Tonight's theme, and I have to thank again my dear, dear friend, Rabbi Akiva Taubenblatt, for guiding us always in such a beautiful way. My dear friends, tonight, tonight is called Together Forever. Because you know, people always want to know, like, the relationships we're making, is this like long-term relationships? You get married, it's a long-term relationship. You know, you have a roommate for life. Here in Yeshiva, you got a roommate for, you know, year 2, 3, 4-year program. Your wife is a relationship for life, is a roommate for life. If you want to know, like, what about the next world? You go into the next world with your wife. What do you Sephardi boys think? You go into the next world with your wife? You go to the next world with your wife. You know what it says in the Zohar? HaKadosh? That you go to the next world with your wife. That's a long-term relationship. So you want to invest in that relationship. Together forever means right now in this room, you're looking at people that want to invest in a relationship with you forever. Sadly, in so many places out there, you ever heard this one in the business world? I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine. You heard that one before? Meaning, the relationship makes sense, so I'll stay involved in it. But it's still, until it's not making sense, or dollars and cents, then it's called Ava Shetalavi B'Davar. It's love that's dependent, that's conditional. And when that thing goes away, then so does the love. But you know, in this room, there's people, and I know there's people all over the world right now that are trying to make relationships that are going to go forever. The people that you make a relationship with in this world, you will be with them forever. And the closer you are with them, the closer you will be with them forever. We still have 2 stories to go tonight. Make sure that I don't go without telling them to you. It's very nice that Rabbi Akiva put this song here. This is the song that my wife wanted to walk down the aisle to for our chuppah. We had the great merit of getting married here in Aish Torah on the roof. If you want a hookup, I know a guy. Talk to me. We'll hook you up. And it was the most beautiful sight in the world, except for one thing. That when I was standing at the chuppah with my wife and we were looking out, the sight that we saw at the chuppah was not yet complete. Because there was not a temple standing there yet. And therefore, that temple is not just a building. That's like the cover story. I want you to remember this, because this is the main point. The temple is just a code word for where God comes and kisses this world. Where God comes into your heart and kisses you in an intimate way. And the destruction of the temple means I don't feel God kissing me in my heart. I feel a bit lost. I feel a bit mixed up. I wake up in the morning. I don't exactly know where I'm going. Meaning I kind of get up. I know like you got to put on your, your shoes and your pants. But like, I show up to work and I check my feed, but I don't know where I'm going. I'm a bit anxious. I'm a bit lost. I put on a good outer game, like they say, Outer game, master bro, Chad. I could play the outer game. I could be the cool guy, the funny guy, the witty guy, the smart guy, the guy that gets all the laughs. But something inside of my heart feels lost. And I'm seeking ways to fill it through drinking, through vaping, through smoking, through money, through girls, whatever it is. It is not really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for God to kiss me again. I'm looking for God to tell me that I'm with you. That's what I'm looking for. You know what the Beis HaMikdash means? It means I feel God's kiss. It means I feel that you're with me. And therefore, my friends, these next 3 weeks, remember this. This is not a building we're talking about. I want you to feel, and it's going to intensify as we get closer to Tisha B'Av. We hope Mashiach's going to mamish be here by then. B'ezrat Hashem, amen. I want you to feel what it feels when I don't have that kiss. And I want you to feel just how much I need to be kissed by God. How much I need to feel you in my life, Hashem. And when I have that, I'll have guidance. I'll have confidence. I'll have deep happiness. I'll have direction in my life. I'll be a compassionate friend, a compassionate husband. I know that that's who I am, and I need it, Hashem. Please, I need the Beis HaMikdash, because I need that place that you come into my heart and you kiss me. I need that intimacy. Close your eyes right now. Tell Hashem, I need that intimacy. And even if you don't have the words, Hashem, you pray for me, God, because I know you want me to have this. And I want this, Hashem. I just don't have the words yet, please, but I know that I need this. I need this, Hashem. And you want to already feel something more? I want you to know that everybody in this room is together with you. Praying for you. Wanting you to have that kiss from Hashem. And these relationships now are going to be forever. think to yourself now, what is going to bring me closer to the truth that I know? And it might very well be that I should stay here in Yeshiva to discover that. I want that kiss. I don't want to go back to a place where I'll lose myself again and do things that make me disrespect myself. I don't want that anymore. I want to be deeply happy. And you know who else wants that? Every single person around you right now in this room. Let's continue deeper and deeper into the journey. And this is only the beginning. This is going to go on forever.
we sing a song about together. Like I started off the night and like Rabbi Eade has followed suit. Where we talk about unity. And it was a short few months ago, sitting right down the staircase behind all of you. And I was with we have what we call the Night Warriors, a group of 15 guys from the Gesher program. We would meet every night, talk about life. Really, really talk about life. And one of the nights we had a guest come into the room. I've known the guy a couple of years, more than a couple of years. Known him for a while. And he came into the room. And whenever I have somebody in that's new, the guys know, I'll open up any discussion. New guy wants to bring it up. We're here in this together in the room. We're all supportive. You have a question, you have a discussion. We're in. And sure enough, he brings up a topic. Just thinking about it, it's heavy. He has a view of the world, which I realize actually many of us might have had, or might still have, which many people around the world have. Is a view of the world that people are not good. That people as a whole, that humanity as a whole, are not good. That the world as a whole is not good. And he opened up the discussion. Not even asking on a religious level. Even though we're in an age where often it takes that turn. He's asking simply, just having the discussion. Simply having the discussion, how am I meant to deal with this? How am I meant to deal with this? Where I look at the world and you hear about an attack that happened today. Unfortunately, not so uncommon. And we look around the world and we see things going on and we hear stories. And he brought it up, he says, how am I supposed to deal with this? I don't know, sometimes the right words come at the right times. And the guys were all in together and I turned to him and I said, it's not true. It was as simple as that. It's not true. I said, how many people have you come across in your life? Hundreds, thousands of people. Now, yes, there are stories, but within that, and I opened it to the entire room, I said, how many of those thousands of people that you know are really, really bad people who do horrible, horrible things? Within the entire room, one guy said that there was one person that he knew of that did something. We're talking about thousands and thousands of people. Thousands and thousands of people. And in this room, we all know thousands of people. And think about it. How many of those people that we know are really, really evil? You're going to find this very, very minuscule. In this room alone, look around, and I know many of you, not all of you did. But we're surrounded by good people constantly. And where does this warped vision come from? Well, we hear stories, we see things in the news. Right? Everything that the filter that we see our world through is portraying news in that way. But you know what? There's something, it's called news for a reason. Because that's new. That is not the regular thing that's happening in people's day-to-day lives. When you hear about news, that's the odd thing out that tries to grab your attention and say, this is the world. But it's not true. Human beings are beautiful. We're wonderful. We're warm and caring and loving. Think about it when a baby is born. Is there anything more precious, more beautiful? And it's peaceful. And all of a sudden you look at a child and you say, this child's evil. No such thing. No such thing. It doesn't exist. People are good. Yes, we get a bit lost and we get a bit held up in selfishness, but it's simply untrue. And if we really, really would think about this, and we realize that everybody is really pure, is really good inside, maybe, my Rebbe says, if you want to be able to be a heartfelt, how do you put yourself in somebody else's place? It's impossible. There's one of the ways that you might be able to imagine doing it is, if you imagine that you were the one who did that action, you'll be able to come up with 1,000 excuses as to why you did it. So do that. And then take one of those excuses and give it to the other person. Most people have a reason behind what they do, thinking that what they're doing, that they have something behind it. Just people are not coming out evil just to attack people. And we have to realize this. We have to realize that the world is not the way that it's been portrayed. People are beautiful. Humanity is good. You're good. I'm good. Take a moment to actually think about that. The words v'ahavta l'recha kamocha. Love your neighbor like yourself. Well, let's take a look at ourselves. Do we realize how good we actually are? Think of where you are right now in your life, from where you might have been at some point. Maybe recently, maybe a few years ago. Think of the fact that you're sitting in a room surrounded by such good people, on a journey, thinking about life, discussing life. Sure, we get held up in things, but that doesn't make us impure. That doesn't taint us. And all we got to do is clean that off a little bit and realize we are good. And I guarantee the more that we really come to love ourselves and look at ourselves and realize just how good we are, the more that we'll come to love other people. It's a natural thing that will happen. Where we'll look at somebody and we'll smile and say, that guy did that? I feel for him. There must be a reason why that happened. And you know what? Maybe with that we build and bridge some unity. Maybe we come to love our neighbors like ourselves. Don't walk in front of me, I may not. Don't walk behind me, I may not hear. Just walk beside me and be my friend. Together we will walk in the ways of Hashem. Don't walk in front of me, I may not follow. Don't walk behind me, I may not hear. Just walk beside me and be my friend. And together we will walk in the ways of Hashem. After the You know, as the Aish Band with Rav Eade, we come out with music often, and we're actually coming out with our next song very, very soon.
Let's go!
So it's time for us to all keep the unity going.
getting ready for the last song of the night. B'ezrat Hashem. I owe you 2 short stories. And I don't want to leave with a chayiv, with a debt. By the way, it's not a good thing to leave this world with debts. Just remember that. You want to deal with all your financial things. Everything. Don't play games. Pay back the money. And we talked about somebody who didn't know how to pray. But he said, God, just pray for me, please. There was another Jew, and he was on his way to a big, big city to go and pray with the community. And he told his wife and kids, you go first, I have to deal with a few things. And he was finishing stuff at the house, and he didn't time things properly, so when he got onto his horse, when he got into his Tesla, he thought he was going to be able to make it to the city for Yom Kippur. But he didn't make it. And you know, anybody seen what the Siddur looks like on Yom Kippur? It's kind of fat. There's a lot of stuff to say. And he didn't have it. Because he sent all of the machzorim with his wife and kids, and he was stuck in the forest. So what would you do? If you were stuck in the forest on Yom Kippur? What would you do if you didn't have a machzor on Yom Kippur? So you know what this person did? He said, Hashem, I know that I don't have a prayer book, but I know the letter Aleph. You know the letter Aleph? I'm just going to say Aleph. And then Days. And then Gimel. And Hashem, you're going to put all the letters together in heaven. You're going to make the Yom Kippur prayers for me. Because you know, what do I really know how to do in this world? Hashem, you're going to put all the prayers together for me. And sometime later, you know, there was a challenging time under the communist rule in Russia, where, I don't know if you know this, but Jews were not allowed to be Jews then. Could you wear tefillin? No. Brit Milah? No. What about tzitzit? What about minyan? And if they caught you, do you appreciate that? People put their lives on the line to wear tzitzit, punishable to go to Siberia, and you could go for a few shekels and buy a pair as a free man, and we have something inside of it that's like, yeah, I don't know. People were willing to go into exile to Siberia for 60 years. And we have a thing, like, I don't know, like it like does a thing, like I don't like it fetches on me. I don't know, tzitzit, it's hard to wear. Who's the crazy one? Are we crazy? Or were our ancestors crazy? Who's crazy? Maybe I'm crazy that I'm not wearing tzitzit. So you know, there was a time that finally, Baruch Hashem, the curtain lifted. And we were able to bring many religious items into Russia. People brought planes filled with tefillin, Jewish prayer books. And Rabbi Tzvi Meyer tells a story that there was somebody that he knew that was sent to Russia to lead a minyan in Lemberg on Yom Kippur. Jews had not had a shul, they hadn't had a minyan in a very long time. And he realized that I'm going to bring a few prayer books. I'll just bring a few machzorim for Yom Kippur. I'm sure not so many people are going to come. You know, they've been so not Jewish for so long. So he shows up there with a couple bags of machzorim, hoping to have a minyan. And he gets to Lemberg, and how many Jews do you think were in the big shul in Lemberg? There was hundreds, there was thousands of Jews that were gathered there. And they said, Rabbi, we never had this, please. And the rabbi couldn't believe that thousands of Jews would show up to pray together on Yom HaKippurim. And the rabbi said, you know, I don't have enough prayer books. You know, there's a few things like you're kind of supposed to say on this day. And then he remembered the story. You remember the story of the orphan who had the dream? And his mother said, go get my prayer book from the attic and go pray with the Jews. And he remembered that the Jew just said, God, I don't know what's in here, but just you pray the words for me. And then the rabbi remembered again the story of that Jew in the forest, and he said, I don't even have a prayer book, but I'm just going to say Aleph and Bet, and Hashem, you put the prayers together for me. So the rabbi said, we're supposed to say stuff in these books, but you know what? I'm just going to stand here at the podium, and I'm going to yell out, Aleph, and you yell after me. And then I'm going to say, Bet. And everybody say together, Bet. It's not loud enough. Bet. Bet. Gimel. Gimel. Dalet. Dalet. Hey. Hey. Vav. Vav. And Hashem, you're going to put it all together. And by the time they got to the end of the alphabet, everyone was crying. And they said, Rabbi, you gave us the most powerful Yom Kippur we ever experienced. And the rabbi came back the next year for the high holidays, and of course he brought a lot more prayer books. But the leader of the community there said, Rabbi, I'm sorry, I have to ask you. You know, we're going to do like the regular stuff you're supposed to say, but do you mind if we just start Kol Nidre? You're going to stand at the podium again and just yell Aleph. And we're going to say Aleph. It's going to remind us of those feelings we had that were so pure. So my friends, we're entering into the 3 weeks. And we said what we're missing is God's intimate kiss in my heart. What we're missing is the feeling of knowing that you're with me. Of knowing that great days are coming where we're all going to be together. We're going to see the resurrection of the dead. We're going to see all of our loved ones back again. We're going to see Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob walking the earth again. We're going to know that Hashem has been with us always and is with us right now. That's what we're missing. And during these days, I want you to feel that. And even if you don't know how to feel that, just say, Hashem, I don't know how to feel that. I don't know how to say that. But you put the words together, God. You pray for me. You know what I need. Help me. Help me. I want to be great. I'm starting to feel something right now in my heart this second right now. It's more real than anything I felt before in my life. And even though it's nice in LA, and it's nice in Great Neck, and it's nice in many places in the world, but I'm feeling something very real, Hashem. And I want to hold on to this. And I want this to grow. And And I want to be real with life and my soul. Hashem, you put this all together for me. I want to be faithful to you. I want to be a real Jew. I want to help lead humanity in the right direction. And I have a feeling I know where I have to be to make that happen. So let's lean our heart all the way now into that place where we're all going to be together, where we're all together already, where the base of English is already built. Because you know, if you really feel the lack of the Beis HaMikdash, Kol HaNis'abel Al Yerushalayim, Zoicha V'roya B'Binyana, you're already seeing it right now being rebuilt. Let's build it right now.